Welcome to Auntie K's, your favorite radical queer indigenous auntie, bringing you tarot every day. Hello everyone and welcome to Auntie K's Tarot. So today I'm here to share this charming Kickstarter deck that I received yesterday. And I pulled it out, I went through it, I threw it on my table. It was absolutely charming. It was absolutely charming. So this is the Tarot Moodie by Isaac Andreas. It is inspired by the Tarot de Marseille. These are the backs. It's I think it's rose petal finish, but it's not thick. It's quite thin. It's very flexible, which is lovely. But that combination gives this papery feel. When we get to shuffling, we'll talk about that more. Size-wise, it is the same height as a standard tarot, but it is a little bit wider. So let's take a look at it. We have these fully reversible backs that are quite charming. So it's a charming deck. It's charming. So Moodie here is your character through the tarot deck. We start with Moodie on in the Fool, and this little starfish is with Moodie much of the way, and we see these eyeballs very frequently. We have the Magician. Keys and clouds are also common imagery in here. This is the wand symbol. The key is a sword symbol. The starfish are earth, and these little balls are balls of liquid, and they are cups. We see a key in the book that the Popus has, and the Empress has this little starfish on their knee, and there's just so many little charming details. You know, there's this is sprouting down here, and I don't know if these are shells or something down here. It's adorable. There's lots of little details. The artwork, it has a simple appearance to it, but it's highly detailed. Like this is all tiny line work, creating, you know, these mountains here, and you can watch the artist's work on their Instagram. It's highly detailed and absolutely gorgeous. And the Pope's got a little eyeball sitting there in their sprout, their plant. The Lover is one person. It's the Lover. They are here with the starfish, and it looks, maybe this is their lover, their person of choice. It's between the two starfish. They look kind of like they're choosing this one. We got the Chariot, and the starfish are pulling the Chariot. I like how the border has become the Chariot's canopy. That's well done. The scales look like they have eyelashes on them, and there's like an eye at the hilt of the sword. I really love this little hermit. I wasn't sure how the deck was going to read. It's very Pip. Not Marseille Pip either. It's Pip. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This star's rising. This star's happy at the top. And, you know, this cloud over here is raining, and sadness for the little starfish on the way down. There's a sun brightly shining, or star, that in replace of a lion in strength. Taming a ball of burning gas is, you know, quite the force of nature to reckon with. And here's our hanged man. Our little clouds are part of this tree. In death, like we've got bones in here that Moodie has instead of like regular arms. You can kind of tell that there's joints, they're bones, and they're colored the same way as in the Marseille deck. Temperance, a balance of light and dark, something the moon does. The devil, little chains on the starfish that's standing over a hole. We got eyeballs here and here and here and here. They're sticking out their tongue. We have a volcano for the tower. And here we got the star. A little eyeball there going on again. There's eyeballs in these stars too. Laloon. Moody looks a little sad showing up in their own card. Maybe this big moon in behind them's outshining them. I don't know, but they're sitting here hanging with their starfish friends. The sun. We don't have Moody in the sun. I think that's appropriate because then we'd need an eclipse. Judgment. Moody's a slightly different color because I guess they've passed on here. And I like that we have this eyeball thing instead of angels. And the world, they're standing on top of a little egg. And so we're going to go through the pips quite quickly. This is wands or fire. And they are really basic. And I am going through them quickly. So this is where it's like, what's this deck going to read like? These pips are super basic. They don't have the florals and stuff. They sometimes have other things going on. But it works with the deck really well. It looks gorgeous in a layout, and we'll take a look at that at the end. This is the Page of Wands. It's riding an asteroid. The knights are fun in this capacity. I think you can have fun with knights and what they're riding. Our queen and the king. And then we have water, which are these balls of liquid. Most of them are blue. Some of them are red. We have that yellow one. I think it's the only yellow one. Oh, there's some yellows. And see, you got little bits of extra stuff going on. And it's always interesting to me how small touches can impact pips when you're doing a pip reading. I had this card come up and I was like, there's 3 layers to this. It's well done. Simplicity is not easy to do. It's not easy to make simple detailed. And simple is detailed here. These are the swords, the key. You got more florals going on in the swords. You have these eyeballs. Almost all of them are blue. There's a purple one and a red one. But again, the small touches work. And we have the Page of Swords. Oh, 10 of Swords. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. And Queen of Swords. And the King of Swords. With the starfish on his shoulders. And this is the stars are Earth. And I actually really appreciated that 2 of the suits have these dark backgrounds, the stars and suns, because it is lovely in a reading. It's as Earth and Wands being black, it doesn't match up to how you normally think of in playing cards as red and black, but aesthetically it's pleasant. So we have our Page of Coins, our Knight of Coins, our Queen of Coins, and our King of Coins. All right, let's zoom out a bit. So it's quite flexible. It's quite flexible, which I appreciate in a matte deck. It is wide enough to shuffle corner to corner, which I appreciate because the matte or rose petal, I think it's rose petal because it's a little bit softer. It just, in my head, I'm like, oh, but that makes it feel like paper or something. But it's as thick as most of my standard decks. And I can shuffle it like this, so it won't get bowed as badly as a lot of my decks end up getting bowed. I mean, it sticks some because you've got, you know, those finishes that are a little bit chunky. Not as much as a matte, so it must be rose petal. I largely pulled this in Celtic Crosses last night. And I had such charming reads with it. They were charming. I was done the night. I was like, who the hell did those readings? I was sweet as fuck. Like, even a client of mine who I struggle with because, you know, they're kind of into BIPOC excellence, and I'm definitely not. And they think everyone who's not into BIPOC excellence around them is jealous of them. But actually, we had really productive conversations yesterday, and also helped her see some of her personality differences and like versus where most people are at. They're highly independent. And I was like, yeah, your independence is like a 9. The average person is a 6, striving for a 7 and 8. She's like, what? It's like they're striving to be where you're at and they're pretty good at it, but naturally no. That was helpful for her. So it was lovely. Sorry, I got interrupted. So I'm just going to start again. This is the Moodie Tarot showing a Celtic cross. And we have Justice crossed with the Emperor. So if this is a relationship reading, I see something that's not got a lot of emotion going on with it, crossed by somebody, let's call it the client, who's really wants this to be a relationship. And we see in, you know, the direction that they're going, that the Four of Wands, they are trying to make this a set and steady relationship, but they're not reading the room. It's not that kind of relationship. The lack of emotion is because this is a sexual setup. It's friends with benefits. Our client is the person trying to be like, I'm going to make this a relationship. And the other person's like, that's not what I got in here for. I think you're missing the point. This was like more of a hookup situation. There wasn't a lot of emotions involved. Where's all this coming from? Well, the client fears having a relationship taken from them. They fear being betrayed in a relationship. Somebody taking what they need and leaving. That's it. Somebody taking what they need and leaving. And they're currently in like something that's just sexual. This is just friends with benefits. And in the past, they've felt, you know, hurt and lost before, and judged that the person took what they wanted and left, and they think that's what's going on here. They're kind of also this person. They don't see the situation for what it is. They're missing out what's really laid down on the ground, nourishing the roots. This is just sexual. And, you know, it's going to be hesitant. The other partner's going to be like, we'll see how this goes. They probably are feeling like, maybe I should pull out. This isn't what we said. This isn't just friends with benefits. It does feel like this person wants something more. And we do see that the outcome is the client has deluded themselves. They have not seen things for how it is. And, you know, they're going to be left lonely at night, wondering what's going on, because they were lost in their illusions. They were delusional about what this was. It was never a relationship. And with the Judgment card here, this really pulls me into, this has been a repeating, ongoing situation for the client. Like, they're entering friends with benefits situations, wanting them to become relationships. That's why it feels like a repeated cycle before. It's why they feel like burned and judged before. It's why they're so afraid people are going to take what they need and leave. Essentially, the client is trying to take what they need in a dishonest way also. Like, entering friends with benefits relationships when what you really want is commitment is dishonest. It's dishonest. And so the fears and outcomes, the fear and outcome is of their own making. So there we go. It's a charming deck. I didn't get very many pips in here, but I want to tell you, even with the pips, it's awfully charming. Yeah. So, it's a lovely deck. I will leave a link to the client, to the artist's website. For folks, I haven't seen it on here, so I wanted to do like a full walkthrough. And let people see this. It's absolutely charming. It's a Pippi Marseille. Sometimes decks that do this will be very Marseille in the majors, but then their pips give RWS hints. And I would say this gives more hints of Marseille. And I appreciate that when I'm picking up a Marseille-inspired deck, that the hints are also of Marseille. And check it out. It's just... it's just lovely. Like, it is. This is just lovely. Check it out. It is Tarot Moodie.